and it's just a question for Fight Legends. And I'm invested in majority of the well-known play-to-earn games now. Do you guys have any plans on creating scholarship programs, or is this not in the books yet?
Yeah, we've got a wonderful approach to scholarship programs and that function. So in our game, firstly, we have a core function that allows you as the owner of a fighter to, in 2 clicks, put your fighter out for hire. When your fighter's out for hire, a free-to-play player can come along, select them from the queue, and begin playing, and the revenue will be automatically split. And the owner of the fighter will gain the fighter retains the tokenized experience, which is necessary for upgrading your fighter. So the owner gets all the experience, and at this point, we've drafted 50% of the revenue, but we're also looking at making that adjustable. So you as an owner can say, well, I'm putting this fighter out for hire. I want 65% of the cut. Bam. And you put him in the list. The better the fighter, the more bargaining power you've got as an owner. So that allows a free hire system. So on one end of the scale, anyone can work up from zero money, zero purchase, earn, eventually maybe find an NFT in the very, very, very rare drop that they might get from grinding the game, or receive enough rewards to purchase an NFT, and away they go on their journey, And as an owner, it allows you to very easily have your inventory and put them out and earn off them in the same way a scholarship works, just automatically. So decentralized, I guess. But then that leaves guilds out in the cold a little bit sometimes, or existing scholarship programs. But what we do to partner with them and bring them in is create reward incentivized factions. So it will benefit people to be part of factions. So that'll allow big guilds to come in, brand their faction within our game, develop an even bigger base inside the game, and be rewarded for that.
That actually, yeah, that sounds amazing. I mean, it's really similar to this game that our guild recently invested on. I'm not sure if you've heard of Pegaxi, but
Yep.
The issue with that model is, there are lots of bots who try to gather, because you mentioned free to play players can rent out these fighters, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so like what are the plans to to combat these like bots who will try to abuse that system, because that was the issue back then with Pegaxi, and not, they have been banning accounts, but still there are still lots of bots circulating around that system who are just basically trying to snag all these share profit systems on their website.
Yeah, I think. Look, I am not the best person to answer that. I'm not sure if Dalen's in here, but he probably is. No, he's not. He's actually in a super important meeting. So we don't have Dalen, and he would be the man to answer that question in far more detail than me. But I think the primary protection comes at the purchase points. So we have to somehow protect ourselves from bots there primarily. But then in the game, he's mentioned a whole bunch of things to me about how we can protect from bot action there as well. But once bots own the NFT, it becomes an ethical dilemma of like, are you allowed to freeze NFTs as part of a collection because you suspect or have proof that they're being owned by bots, right? So that's all being discussed between our team and advisors, and actually future advisors, because we've got about another probably 4 months to really develop our initial protection, and then we're going to be developing it over the remainder of the year anyway, and fine-tuning it with staggered releases to really control any damage there. So hopefully we can invite bots in and flesh out our defense mechanisms in the first sort of 3 to 4 months of development, like public development, sort of here moving forward, here to mid-year. So you'll get much better answers as we go through that. And look, we do that with complete transparency. So, our NFT holders for the bloody faces that we have right now, they get access to play the test build of the game and communicate with the team. So all of this sort of development on security and bots will somewhat be open source to a community of developers, which we're blessed to have in the NFT and gaming space, to be invited to contribute to our efforts. But we also lean on partners, people like Lossless, great advisors, to help us fine-tune and develop. And hopefully we can glean a little bit from what's been happening lately in the space, like you said, with Pegasus and other projects. So I hope we can give a better answer to you in another AMA, and we'll definitely have Dalen up to talk.